Welcome folks to the channel, Clunkers and Classics. Inside we got my 1978 Dodge Aspen RT that is just about ready to paint. So in the meantime, it seems like I've been working on that car for a long time. So we're about to start a new one, and we're gonna go over here and I'll introduce you to it. I don't know how much work we'll get done to it. It's gonna be a chore just getting it moved around and everything. But it is my 1978 Nova. Okay, I just stuck these tires on here the other day because I got a load of tires in, and these were actually look like pretty good tires, because two of them on this car are flat, two front ones. Okay, so we'll go over this. It's been sitting here in this spot since I bought this place almost 4 years ago. I drove it over here. I was renting a shop up the street, and I bought it about a year or two before that, and then drove it down here almost 4 years ago and just parked it. It's been sitting here. There isn't a lot of history to this car that I know of. Let me see the inspection or the registration. Inspection 2014, the registration 2015. So it's been off the road for what, 6 years, 7 years, 6 or 7 years. So it's not one of them that's been sitting around for 20 or 30 years. Okay, so when I bought it, the guy was a kind of an idiot that I bought it from. He didn't really know. He said, I was told it runs, but here's the tune-up stuff. I think he bought plugs and wires but never put them on. Then he said the transmission was bad, and that's about all he knew about it. He had just picked it up. So anyway, I got it for $500, and I brought it home, put on the stuff that he had, plugs, wires, and it fired right up. Now the transmission wouldn't move because it was out of fluid, so I filled it up with fluid and it worked perfectly. The only problem is if it sits for a long time, well, not a long, like a month or something like that, I can't even remember how long, but if you let it sit, the transmission fluid drips out of it. So you got to add fluid all the time. So that's the main thing we got to fix. That and the carburetor. Now I'll open up the hood and show you the big massive power plant. A little 6-banger. It's a little 250. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, gotta put a V8 in it. Gotta put a V8 in it. Nope. It's gonna stay a 6. All my other cars have got V8s, and I'm gonna keep this 6-cylinder in it. When I was a kid, I had a 1970 Nova with a 6-cylinder in it, and I drove that thing for 10 years. I think I put 300,000 or 400,000 miles on that thing altogether. It went through an engine, a couple of transmissions, but I love that car. To me, it had plenty of power. It would squeal the tires, great gas mileage and all that. So this kind of brings back memories of that, even though I got a 72 Nova we're going to get to here in a little while, off and on, that I'll show you soon. But this one's a 78, of course, different body style, but it's the same concept, Chevy Nova. Chevy Nova was Compact Car of the Year in 1970. Okay, so I got it running, and it runs great. but the carburetor's just kind of, the idles go up and down, and it's not very good carburetor. I don't know if I can take it apart and clean it up, but I know on eBay I was searching for another carburetor, and you get these little 1-barrels for like 80 bucks brand new. So I may just go that route. But now the thing hasn't been started up in almost 4 years. So first thing we're going to do is air up these 2 front tires, put a battery in it. I just got some gas. We're going to put 5 gallons of gas in it and a battery and get the thing. Oh, then I'll have to add some transmission fluid. And then get it out of here, up to the shop. Okay, so when I first got it, of course I have parts cars and everything. It had a bench seat in it that looked like a friggin' rabid cat. Just tore through it. It was just awful. So I took it out and threw it out. These two seats here, I just kind of rigged them up, built some brackets. They're from a Firebird, like a 90s model Firebird. And the console's just sitting in here. I don't think I'm going to use it. What I got here, I think some trunk rubber or something. And it probably had carpet and I pulled it out, or it was missing. There's no holes or anything in it. I'll just have to go over it with pour 15. Okay. The only bad thing about these are these interiors. Here's another one-piece headliner deal. Back seat's okay. And the door panels, I don't know what's going on. I got a brown one there and a blue one here. The local wrecking yard had one of these in it, and I grabbed a bunch of stuff. That's when I first got it, about 5-6 years ago. I was missing this chrome piece, and I actually got that. And I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. As you can see, it needs door weather stripping. It really needs door panels. I'm pretty sure that I don't have the armrests, and I believe they don't make them. Okay, I'm not sure about the dash. Stereo's just kind of hanging in there. I believe I changed over the ignition and all the locks, so I got new keys for them. This door here is it's kind of sprung or something. You gotta slam it. I don't have the keys with me. When I get it over in front of the shop, I'll grab the keys and we'll see what I got in the trunk. I know I got it full of stuff. Most of it's extra parts. So the local wrecking yard, he had these tires right up in the front by the door, and I said, well, what are they? And he says, well, they're for old GM cars. So I got them rims for $100 for all 4 of them. They're 15s, but they're probably just little 15 by 7s. And a little bit bigger tires on the back, but not real wide. My dog found a good spot to lay down. This quarter here, it's primed, but I think it's screwed. If you're gonna look real close here, it's all been bondoed and rusted up in that quarter. Now, hopefully I can find I think this is all Bondo here too. If you watch any of my old videos there, my 74 GTO, yeah, this is all thick Bondo crap. I haven't been underneath this car, but I don't think it's a rust bucket. The floors and trunk and everything are good. For some reason, this quarter panel just got hammered with rust. So my 74 GTO, I bought a patch panel that is about like this. Come up like this and across. I'm hoping I can get one for this car. And I think that's the only major body work. But this whole car is like a brown metallic, gold metallic. And the paint is just really bad. It's got to go all the way down the metal. The whole car needs to be stripped right down the metal. I usually do that anyway. This door, something's up with it. Here, a little dent on that fender. So you know, this quarter panel's primered too. You can see the original paint here, but it's got no Bondo or cracks on it. And the wheel lip and everything looks good. So I don't know what's going on with just the driver's side. But of course we're going to be stripping it all down to the metal after everything else is done. Interior, mechanical. And I'm hoping I can find door panels and stuff like that. It's so faded I don't have my glasses to see. Windshield's cracked. You'll need a windshield. You'll need a lot of interior work. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these Firebird seats or not. They're just a nice set that I had at the time. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them in there. I got a lot of cars since then, the last 4 years, that I may find a better set. Of course, this needs the weather stripping. This weather stripping here is all, but I know I can get all that new. Okay. One good thing about this car, when I had my shop down the road before I bought this place, or after I bought this place, I drove every car that run and drove down here. And I drove this car down here and it drives straight as an arrow. I mean, it just straight, perfect front end on it. So that's one good thing. Mechanically, it's pretty good, other than the carburetor. And I'll have to, so we're gonna put it up in front of the shop and put it on jack stands and basically wait for that transmission to start leaking, which would be pretty quick. Okay, so, and I don't think I wrote down a list, so I'm gonna have to write down a list of stuff that this car needs. And I'll have to grab the keys. Okay, so for now, I'm going to put some gas in it, battery, air up the front tires, put some transmission fluid in it, and get it moved in front of the shop. So I'll be back when I get that done. Okay guys, put a couple gallons of gas in it. A little gas down the carburetor, she fired right up. Before I fired it up, it showed transmission fluid in it, but it wouldn't move, wouldn't budge. I just had to put about a quart and a half in there, and it started to move, but then the tires were flat. So I put a little air on the front tires, and she should be able to roll out of here. Let's give it a shot. I need to bring it by the power washer there and clean all this crap off of it. But let's see if we can get her out of here. She's been sitting here for 4 years. Sitting in the same spot for 4 years. Goes in reverse. There she goes. exhaust sounds like shit. I don't know what I hit under there. Must be something underneath there dragging. Let's park it. Park it right here for now. It reads, I believe, 20,000 miles. So, got 120, 220, I don't know. Wanted to check the trunk. That's it there. Like I said, I'm going to power wash it, air up the tires. As you can see, I got some bigger tires on the back. But she needs to be jacked up. We're gonna have to get some these leaf springs on there. Yeah, probably have to get some shackles. Shackles like the RT and the GTO. Okay. Oh, I thought I had more stuff than that in the trunk. Let's see, I put a spare in there. I don't know if some of these were what I had. I know I picked up some little bits and pieces of stuff. You might have one door handle or armrest. What's going on there? Got some stuff here. Original jack. Yeah, see all these little plastic pieces. Yeah, I thought I had more stuff than this. I think I still got some stuff in my old pickup that I was going to give back to them. I think I needed some channel with a weather strip or something goes in it. The exhaust sounds like shit, and I'm not sure why. It's got a muffler on it. I think just the tailpipe's cut off. But yeah, as you can see, this quarter panel here is just, I don't know what happened to it. This one here is good. Oh, it's got a bunch of Bondo here. Like I said, I don't know if you can see in there, but it's got some type of plate. It's just getting dark. It's supposed to be like this. Oh, and there's a bunch of Bondo up here too. We'll have to go over that tomorrow. But yeah, anyway, all this mold stuff. I'm gonna bring it up, power wash all that crap off. And I'll probably clean the engine. I never did clean the engine on it. I'm gonna clean all this stuff off. I can't remember what all works on this. You know, wipers and blower motor and light signals. I can't remember what all worked. But it seems to idle good now. But before, it was idling up and high and sputtering. But shit, it sounds good now. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so what are the plans for this? I'd like to jack it up and put some wider tires and wider rims and wider tires on it, but these ones here just barely fit. There is some something there. So the plans are to get it all mechanically done, interior and paint and body. Paint and body is going to be the biggest. And see, these are all just kind of weathered here, little cracks in the lenses and stuff like that. I don't know if I can get them, maybe get them used. It's missing the little chrome that goes across here. I don't know if it had it on the other end or not. Other side. No, it's missing it here too. Now you can buy that plastic rubber stuff that goes around there, but it doesn't last very long. It'll disintegrate in about a year or two. So I don't even know if it's worth putting that on there. Windshield. But for now, we're going to clean it all up. I'm going to power wash this, my slab here. Clean all this stuff off. And then we're going to park it here and put it up on jack stands. And over the next couple of days, I'm going to look to see where that transmission's leaking from. It doesn't leak much. Like I said, about 1.5 quarts in 4 years. But it's just enough where it doesn't, the car won't move unless you add a quart or two of fluid. It's full of antifreeze, full of oil. I believe I got a list of stuff that I wrote down 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, 6 years ago when I bought it. I'll have to look over that list and get back. Like I said, I think I did the spark plug wires and an oil change. It's got antifreeze in it. I don't know if it was new. Stuff like that. So we'll get of course the oil and stuff needs to be changed again anyway, but I think the plugs and plug wires will be good. So that's it. Yeah, as far as color goes, I'd like to turn it into an SS clone looking deal. Maybe like red and gold, all red. And these 70s cars, you know, they have a gold, like here, with this little stripe around it. Kind of come down like this, and then a stripe across it. It's either on the bottom or up here. And like that. I think maybe something like that. I'm not sure about the SS grill, whether the grill is different. I believe it is. See, this one's got a little, I don't know what you'd call that, little checkerboard looking thing. And I think the SS grill is a lot different. And I'm not going to be splurging for a high dollar for an SS grill. The plastics don't look too bad compared to some of the cars. It's all paint cracks and everything here, but at least it's not missing. Well, actually that's metal. Plastic here. And this is all plastic here. And they all look to be intact. So that's good, because I doubt anybody makes them. Well, this piece down here is all, I could probably take that off and heat it up, straighten it out a little bit. I said, I don't think it's a rust bucket. You know, it's a Texas car. You know, there's no rust down at the bottom of the deck lid or anything like that. I said, I'll have to come out here in the daytime and look at it a little bit better. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to start seeing if I could round up some parts. If that carburetor gives me problems, I might buy another carburetor. I'll start looking on eBay for the interior pieces that I'm missing. You know, stuff like that. Okay, so I'll do that and I'll be back in the morning. I'll have it cleaned up and we'll go over it again a little bit more. So I will talk to you later. Okay guys, I power washed it down. without using any soap or anything. Just get as much of the grime and crap off that I could. So we'll take a look at it. I did look at my notes. I did do an oil change on it when I got it 5-6 years ago. I didn't write down anything about the plugs or wires, but if I remember right, they were new that the guy had that I put them on. I did put an air filter on it. So I bought it for $500, 25 bucks for an oil change, 10 bucks for an air filter, 100 bucks for these rims, and I believe that's all the money I got into it. I just worked on it for a little bit when I first got it, and then I just parked it because of the transmission leak, and just had too much other stuff going on. Okay, so yeah, she runs great. Fixing to put it up on jack stands. I know the exhaust, yeah, the exhaust is all hanging down there. And I believe the tailpipe's cut off. So we have to do something with the exhaust system. This door I do not like. It's been changed. You can see the blue on it. The blue on it, and it's been sprung. I'm gonna hunt around, see if I can get another door. See, something's screwy with it. Okay, I checked on quarter panel patches. I can't get that. I can get that patch for 68 to 74. I told you about that goes here. But for 75 to 79, they don't sell it. They sell half a quarter from here back. But I need all this, so there's no use getting half a quarter. Then they sell the bottom lower patches, and the only other one was a full quarter. Well, not a full quarter. I think it goes up to about here, down all the way, and it was like $230 something shipped. One of them was through Summit, $239, but there was another one for $230. But they didn't show the. I hope it goes all the way around here, because if I get it, I definitely want to get it just to repair that as well. So that's probably what I'll do. Order a quarter panel, jack it up, screw around with the exhaust. I got another guy, a guy that I bought that old 68 wagon from, that he's got one of these, but it's just a pile of junk. He just wants a few hundred for it. But I don't know if the door's any good. I'm gonna get a hold of him, see if I can just buy that car from him. And he said the interior's shot. I've seen it, but it's been like 6-7 years ago. See if I can get maybe a door from him, and some other maybe just little miscellaneous parts. These parts on here, I was looking them up last night on eBay, and it's a little bit, there's one place that had door panels, but these armrests here, they're about 100 bucks. These tail light lenses, just the lenses, like 120 bucks. So prices have gone way up on stuff. Anyway, let's start her up. I didn't check on a dash. That buzzer's driving me nuts. I didn't check on a dash. This one looks kind of warped, but I might be able to fix it. Probably get one of those overlay deals on to cover it up. Anyway, you can hear that exhaust. I don't really like it. I don't know if it just sounds crappy because of the missing tailpipe. Or what? But to do something, you hear that noise, but if you lift this radiator support up, it stops. Fan's hitting the shroud. I'm gonna have to bend that back up, put some rubber bushings here. Other than that, she runs good. I remember before I was having a problem with that carburetor. When I drove it up here, it went to a real high idle. But it seems to start good and run good, so maybe just I'll need to clean it up a little bit. It doesn't look butchered at all. I mean, all the wiring and AC still on it. All the wiring looks good. None of it's butchered up. Looks like all the vacuum lines and stuff are still connected. Stuff like that, which is so yeah, I'm gonna jack her up, check that transmission leak, mess with the exhaust. Now she ain't a muscle car, since it only has a 6-cylinder, but it's a classic 78 Nova. I mean, it's 43 years old, and actually it's in pretty damn good shape for being 43 years old. I mean, it's going to require a lot of work, but man, most of these cars are just gone, you know, and butchered up so bad. They, you know, they made 1 million of these Novas, but so yeah, I'm going to order the shackles because we got to get the ass end up in the air. I got a couple of them tires that were on the trunk there. Then I'll probably put them on the front for now. The back I can't do much with. You can't really go much wider, or else they start hitting. Want it to look like a muscle car though. Like I said, I haven't looked on the SS decals, but I believe they have a decal kit for this. But it'll look kind of funny without the SS grill and all the other SS stuff, but that'll be later on down the road. Okay, so yeah, it's running and driving, so it's not in bad shape, and a damn good price at $500. Okay, so this is just an introduction video to it. Just go over it. Next video we'll go over it even more in detail, and I'll start fixing stuff. Like I said, the exhaust and the transmission leak and a bunch of little stuff. So it's going to be a long-term project. I mean, not long, not years or nothing, but months. And I still got other stuff. I got my RT in here for all you guys been following that. I need to do a little more sanding, and I'll be painting that, so I'll be making a few more videos on that, painting it, putting the decals on, and a recap video. And then we'll get really moving on this one. This will take my priority after the RT is all done. So yeah, I think the only problems is going to be the interior, all them plastic pieces and stuff. Brake light's on, but the brakes work, so I don't know what's up with that. You know, the back seat's in good shape. It's not ripped, but I just don't like the design. We'll have to do something with that rear deck, pull that out, put some speakers in. I think all them pieces in the trunk, I think I did paint them all black at one time. So we'll take out these rear covers, paint them black, paint all the other plastics, repaint them black, put all them in there, see if I can get a dash cover, paint all the glove box area and all that, paint that black. Stuff like that, okay? So if you want to follow me along, subscribe, bottom right hand corner of the screen there, just click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, it's free. And like, comment, all that stuff, hit the notification bell, share, and follow me along on this journey. and we'll get this thing looking real good, just like my other cars here. I got videos on all these all my other cars. Got a 70 Le Mans, 77 Corvette, 74 GTO, got 85 Corvette, 69 Chevy, 82 El Camino, and later on we're going to do that 72 Nova there in the corner. Okay, and lots more projects, but the main priority next few months is going to be this car, and we're going to get this thing looking real good. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see y'all next video.